back live here at the Carrabba's on QSportsTalk.com. Welcome, it's Gomez along with head coach Jim Boeheim, and welcome to those who are joining us in the QSportsTalk.com stream chat. If you want to say hi, ask a question to the coach as we get set for the Georgetown game coming up on Saturday, feel free, and welcome to Matt and Ryan and On the Verge and Jen and others who are in there already saying hi to you, Coach. And I know right before the break we were talking about the Georgetown game and Coach Ewing and some of the other coaches. Quick question, is Louis Orr still on the
No,
staff?
he's just he's working at Georgetown, the athletic department, but he's not on the staff right now.
Fair enough, but right out of the box, another one here. Coach, what does Malik have to do to get some more playing time?
Well, it's experience a little bit. Benny has more experience. John Bowl, they're a little more experienced than what we're doing, but he's he's got a great future in basketball. He's a powerful inside presence, and he's getting better every day. He's making that transition from high school where he really played center to playing forward, and I think he's getting better all the time. He's a hard worker. He's going to be a really good player.
We were talking about the Pearl, obviously part of the Ring of Honor ceremonies coming up on Saturday. Remember the first time you saw Pearl play live?
I do. He was a sophomore in high school. It was the All-Star Game Wheelchair Classic in New York City. He was the only underclassman. It's mostly seniors. One underclassman for each one of the boroughs. He played with Brooklyn. They played Manhattan or somebody, and I went to the game. It was in on Long Island City, where they play up on a stage at that time, and there was a few people there. But in the first game, then before the second game, people started to come in, and by the time it was ready for the warm-ups for the second game, Pearl's game, there was standing room. People were chanting, "Pearl, Pearl." He's only a sophomore, chanting, and he's playing against the seniors from Manhattan. And here comes Pearl out there, and it looks ordinary warm-up. Like the first play, he took the ball and went through four guys and laid it up, and his place is going crazy. And then he did it again. And it was like he just went through four seniors
again,
and made a layup again. And it's like you couldn't even see. He was a blur. Because he was a sophomore. He weighed about 185, 190. He was got to be over 200. Unbelievably quick, and he probably had 38 against the best seniors.
As a sophomore
from Manhattan, and the fans were just, it was as loud as Duke, as Cameron Indoors. It was that loud, and people just were going crazy. That's the first time I saw Pearl Washington. I said, okay.
And that was like how soon after that did the offer come?
Well, it wasn't as quick back then. You waited a little while, but you knew. He was a transcendent player.
Here's my Pearl story about his greatness, Coach. A buddy of mine used to deliver for a pizza place, and part of his area would be up on campus, and he delivered pizzas to some of the guys on the team quite often. And it was the day Syracuse played Villanova, and it was in like 1984. It was a Tuesday, and my buddy said he delivered 2 pizzas to Pearl's apartment 3 hours before the game. And then about a half hour later, he brought a pizza to one of the neighbors, and the 2 boxes were already empty in the trash. And he went to the game and scored 28 points, and you won the game. And his theory is Pearl ate 2 entire pizzas.
I doubt if he ate both pizzas, but it would be possible. He always played good against Villanova. He owned them. But Pearl was a unique player.
See this one today. By the way, it's Ryan Blackwell's birthday today.
Oh,
Coach
wow.
Ryan Blackwell from Liverpool.
All right.
Would a guy like Ryan ever be an assistant coach for you?
Yeah, he's a very good basketball coach. It's different when you make that transition from high school because there's so much more about recruiting and being on the road a lot and all that. It's not really X's and O's as much as it is doing the recruiting, have contacts, know AAUP, knew all those people. So, but yeah, he could do it. Ryan could do it easily.
Or in the same stream chat there, Eric Diebendorf?
Sure. Eric could be a really good college coach. He's really good individually, workouts, and he understands the game, and I think he'd be a good recruiter as well.
Question from On the Verge. Can you ask a coach if you've ever met the guy that threw the orange against the backboard in 1985?
Never did. I never did. That was quite a move. It was hard. I don't know how he hit the backboard.
That guy, and I don't know his name, but he actually called our show once a few years ago. He's a listener.
I don't know if he was in the upper deck or where he was, but that's a heck of a throw.
It was. I mean, that was one of those moments in the Dome. I mean, a few moments when you think back that were just loud and raucous when Coach Thompson got thrown out of the game.
Oh, yeah.
Was that the same game or no?
I don't think so. I think it was a different game. No, it was a different game because I don't think it was. I don't think he got thrown out. I don't think Patrick was there when he got thrown out.
When Coach Thompson got thrown out?
I think it was a different year.
I know it was a great moment just as a fan when I was there just watching the game with my friends. Let me see here. How about this? Coach, wondering if the AAU circuit has made the adjustment to college basketball tougher for student athletes, as there may be less tough coaching and less emphasis on the fundamentals, such as rebounding in basketball.
I don't think so. I think there's some. I mean, AAU basketball overall is good because the kids get competition. They learn how they've got to get better. So I'm more of a proponent of AAU basketball than not. But kids generally need to get better at other aspects of the game. There's too much of where they work out and shoot a lot, and they don't sometimes do the other stuff that they need to do.
Let's see. I bleed Syracuse Orange. Asks, you said earlier that you don't like Christmas Vacation as a Christmas movie. Are you more of a Scrooge guy or a Grinch guy when it comes to Christmas movies?
Aren't they the same?
Grinch. There's the Grinch.
Yeah.
And then the Scrooge.
Yeah. Well, they're similar.
Yeah.
Okay. Similar personalities. That's probably right. I'm probably a little bit more. I'm not the Scrooge. I'm more the Grinch, I think.
See, Ryan wants to know, do you think the NBA should have a mid-season tournament?
I don't think so. That's what they do in Europe. They actually play in their league and a tournament in the other two leagues at the same time. It's crazy over there. I don't think so. I don't see that. I mean, it'd be a moneymaker, I'm sure, but I don't really see that. No.
Coach D5 says Georgetown likes to play fast. Will you try to slow it down Saturday, or do you embrace the up and down game this season?
We'll play up and down. We can play up and down. Yeah.
See another question here. Have you heard from Jason Cipolla in recent years? How's he doing?
Yeah, he's doing good. I haven't seen him the last couple. We used to see him in New York when we played down there. I haven't seen him the last couple of years, but he's done well. He's doing good. Great kid.
How about some of the former players who are playing around the world? Because there's a lot of guys who are playing in Europe or Australia.
Yeah, well, you kind of lose track of him. Tyus Battle has been, but he got hurt. I don't know if he's back over playing. John Gillen, I think, is playing back in Taiwan. My sons are, Jimmy's playing in Greece. There's guys playing around different places, although a lot of guys that have played over there for years are now pretty much retired from playing. So there's not as many guys playing over there now as there was a few years ago.
Question here. Would you ever endorse the return of the Carrier Classic, but expanded like the bigger November tournaments?
Yeah, it's hard to have a tournament on campus. That's why we stopped. It's hard to get teams that want to come here and play in a tournament here. It's really hard to do. You couldn't do that anymore. There's none of those anymore.
Paulie saying Cipolla was at the Richmond game in New York City.
Oh, I didn't even see him. I missed him there. Well, it's hard to see everybody when you're there.
Let's see. Matt wants to know thoughts on the news today when Brittany Griner was part of that swap.
That was a long time coming, boy. I mean, that was just a terrible situation, and that's what happens. That's why you don't go to Russia. It's just awful thing. And I mean, they could have kept her for a while. They wanted that guy back. They wanted that guy, and that deal was going to be made because they wanted that guy back, and it was a good trade. The guy'd been in prison 10 years anyway. Let him go back to Russia. Who cares? And get her home. That was crucial.
Big sense of relief, obviously, for everybody.
We still have
family
prisoners, or people over there that shouldn't be over there. We need to make deals and send them who we have and get our people back home.
How about this, Coach? On this day, what were you doing when you heard the news about John Lennon? Because that happened on this day, December 8th. It was 1980.
Yeah, I'm not a big music guy. I probably don't have a clue.
Oh, really? I remember it was a Monday night football game. So I was in Buffalo at the time watching, and Howard Cosell is the one that broke the news, and that was obviously way before any social media and
I remember
any other way.
JFK. I was in a zone, a class, a grad class. I think it was philosophy or psychology, something. I think. I remember that, walking out of there in shock. But yeah, that was a crazy thing.
42 years. NBA news, Coach. In the West, it looks like it's like flip-flopped. You got the Lakers not playing well at the bottom, and at the top, you get the Pelicans playing well.
Well, the balance of power, they keep getting these draft picks. They're getting, and there's a couple surprises out there. Golden State's not as good as people thought they might be. The Trailblazers and Jeremy Grant's playing great there. The Jazz are better than people thought. It's kind of wide open out there. I think the best teams are in the East, Milwaukee, and I think the Celtics, probably the two best teams right now in basketball. And, I don't think the Nets are going to ever get it together. There are just too many crazy people there. And Sixers, I don't know if they can get it together. I think the Bucks and Celtics are the two best teams. I think there's still hope that the Warriors could get it together, but they've got a ways to go.
This question here: what does the ACC have to do to get the same respect as the Big Ten and the SEC?
Well, we've won NCAA tournament games. We had two teams in the Final Four last year, so we had the best league in the country last year when it comes down to the tournament, and you just have to respect that.
See, this question here, a person says, Coach, I'm 32. Pearl was a little before my time, but I'm a huge Carmelo fan. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that would be a fair one-on-one matchup, but who would win that? Yeah,
Carmelo's just so much bigger and strong. You can't compare eras, You can't compare guards to a forward, You can't. Yeah. You can't do that. They're just different in their own right. But they're too big. He'd be too big for Pearl.
Part two, your thoughts on Melo not playing? Where would he fit in, do you think? Just knowing what's going on in the NBA?
Know. I think he could help a lot of teams that are close, but need a guy coming off the bench that can score 10, 12 points a game easily. He's done that 3 years in a row. I'm surprised he's out. I would think a good team that could use one more scorer would pick him up sometime before Christmas, but I know he's in shape. I know he's working out. He would help somebody. I'd like to see him get one more shot with a good team.
This one here, going back to the Pearl question. Pearl did very well against Ewing when they played against each other, right?
Well, yeah, it's a team thing there. Yeah.
It's not like one-on-one.
No, it's not one-on-one.
Those were just some awesome made-for-TV moments, too, those games.
They were great.
Just so memorable.
Great memories. Anybody that went to the Georgetown, Syracuse games from really 80 to 90-something, those were just memorable games, that 10-year period. There was good games as you could go to, really, at any time.
Now, do you get, for a game like that, this weekend, Coach, buddies asking for, hey, Coach, can you hit me up a couple of tickets here?
No, I stay out of the ticket business. I don't get in the ticket business. They know not to call me. I don't know anything about it.
They pass it on to somebody else there.
Yeah.
If you have any questions here for the Coach on QSportsTalk.com. On camera, we're live here at the Carrabs. You can put it into the stream chat here. We'll get to as many as we can. On the football side today, Coach Tony White taking a gig with Nebraska, and obviously won't be available for the Pinstripe Bowl.
Well, he's a great coordinator. He did a great job here, and that gets recognized. People see that, and I'm sure he got a boatload of money to go out there. It's a tough loss.
This one here, Nate says, Coach, with the game more three-point centric, would you support a 4-point line or moving the 3-point line further out?
No, No to both. I think the line's in the right place. I mean, it could be a little further, but not much. No, definitely not a 4-point line.
Let's see, other questions? Yeah, someone else agreeing, Coach, that Melo surprised that he hasn't been picked up by this one here. You mentioned you're not much of a music. I know you're a big Bruce Springsteen fan, and we had talked about, I think last week, the HBO Howard Stern interview. I don't know if you've seen that yet.
Yes, I did.
Fascinating. It's very good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are you going to go see the Red Hot Chili Peppers in the Dome, or Def Leppard, or Motley Crue?
No. I'm not. I've been to the Rolling Stones, and I've been to Bruce Springsteen, and I don't think you can get any better than that, can you?
That's a good point.
Why go down?
Coach, new plans were released today for renovations to the Dome as far as seating and the seat back, but it said also in there that it would change the configuration a little bit, and then the capacity a little bit, just by the nature of this.
Yeah, probably a little bit, but we have enough seats.
But would that change? Because I know, the question comes up every now and then about when there's a big game, moving the court to the center. But you've always said it makes a whole bunch of bad seats.
Bad seats, and it costs about $2 or $4 million in wiring to change all the wiring, and all your good seats are back 20 yards because that's where that's how far the court is, and it's in the middle. So you just create a whole bunch of bad seats, and people are paying a lot of money to sit near the court. Now they're going to be sitting 20 yards away and paying a lot of money. So I don't think people would really like that.
We have a couple more questions here for the coach before we let you go, and then we'll be talking tomorrow on the radio at about 7:40 in the paint. But on Monday, Monmouth coming to the Dome. Coach, what can you tell us about Monmouth on?
King Rice has done a good job down there. They're usually good year in, year out, and we played them a few times. They're probably down a little bit this year from where they've been, but good team. Good team.
This one says, Coach, what are you getting the boys for Christmas now that they're paid professionals?
They'll get the same stuff they always get. A lot of it.
A lot of it.
Their mother takes care of that.
And obviously with their schedules, they're all over the place. Are they actually going to be home? Are they able to come home for
Buddy's going to be home for about 4 days. Jimmy will not get home from Greece. So he's just not enough time to come home. It's just too far. So we won't see him, but we'll have Buddy and Sissy home. That'll be good.
All right, last but not least, with Georgetown coming, have you ever seen the tape of Iverson as a quarterback?
Yeah, I watched him play. I watched that tape. He was good. And I watched him return a punt for a touchdown, too. He was good. He was really good.
Was he one of the guys that was recruited as a football player?
He was recruited. Oh, yeah, he was an All-American football player. Absolutely.
So he could have played either one and went with basketball.
He was small, for a football player. He weighed 160 pounds, but he was fast and he was good. He was really good. He's one of the great warriors that's played this game. I have a lot of respect for him because he gave everything he had and was afraid of nobody ever. And he weighed 160 pounds. And he didn't care who was there, how big they were, how strong they were. He had no fear. And as a coach, I think you really admire those guys that put it on the line every day. The practice thing, that was funny, really. I mean, yeah, he didn't practice, but what he didn't understand, well, the other guys have to practice, so it's good for you to be there too. But they understood, kind of. And but when you went out there with Allen Iverson, you were with a guy that's going to give you everything he's got. And everybody in their life thinks they give everything. Nobody does. Or very, very few people. If we give 20, 30% or 40%, we're doing okay. He gave 100.
Every time out.
Every time out. He put it on the line. That's what I always admired about him and Kobe Bryant. Michael Jordan was like that. I think there's a few. I think Brady does that. They give you everything they got. Preparation-wise, playing-wise, they give you everything. And to me, that's, that's Tiger Woods. practiced in the rain. He practiced in the wind and rain because he wanted to be ready for it. I mean, he's out there in a torrential downpour practicing golf because you can play golf in those situations. And you have to admire those people for how badly they want something, and I like that. I like that about all people, and there's people in all walks of life that do that, and it's fun to see that.
Last but not least, stream chat question. Coach saw you at Wegmans a little while back. What's your favorite food to get there?
I love to go to Wegmans. I love to walk around there. I always get something in the dessert section, the specialty one. I usually get a cheese, something in the cheese area. I usually get Hershey bits, little chocolate things of Hershey. I usually get an ice cream, Haagen-Dazs, coffee, or something like that. I look for things that my wife won't buy me, so I get all that stuff, that junk stuff there.
Good for you.
I get some baked ham and some Swiss cheese for sandwiches sometimes. What else do I do? That's kind of what I do. That's a good list. And then I look for just some different things.
Solid stuff.
That's a great place to go. And I haven't been there. I used to go twice a week. I haven't been in a long time. I know they've changed some things around, but I usually get one or two chocolate eclairs.
Those are good there.
Which are good there.
Those are good there.
And so I love going there. I like to go to Trader Joe's too.
This one wants to know: has there ever been a dinner table consisting of you, John Thompson, Raleigh Massimino, Louis Carnesecca, PJ Carlissimo?
Yeah, we've all been in the same room having dinner. Not all at the same table, but in the same room. And from the old Big East, we'd eat dinner together. And at the same table I've been with in the old Big East, Rick Pitino, PJ, Gino Moriamo was at that table. Mike Tranghese, the commissioner of the league, was at that table. Tim Welch. It was a fun group. Yeah, I've been at some good tables.
That's a good.
And the Olympics, we some pretty good groups there in the Olympics too.
name one big table, and then we'll let you go here.
Well, in the Olympics, we had the food room, so all the players were in there. Kobe and LeBron, all those guys. We'd eat around the same area, and that was pretty cool. Pretty good experience.
Yeah, who picks up the check? Somebody wants to know.
It's all free. Free food.
Right, Coach. Steve says the molasses cookies are excellent at the Wegmans as well. If you're looking for something sweet, check it out.
That's a good one.
And good luck on Saturday. We'll talk to you on the radio tomorrow at about 7:40. We'll give you a jingle in the paint.
All right.
And then Go Orange Saturday afternoon at 1. You can catch that on TK99 and TK105. And we'll be back next week here at Carrabba's Italian Grill at the Fayetteville Town Center on QSportsTalk.com. See you guys later.